Definitely better than before.
Oh yeah. So.
Good man.
So. And the biggest loser of the weekend. Let's talk about that Florida man.
I already forgot. Dang it. You put me on the spot. And I was just reading it and I was like, oh yeah. And then you said it and I was like, oh, I forgot.
Oh man. Florida man gets arrested for kidnapping.
Oh,
and
shoot.
Raping.
Idiots.
Raping a flotation device.
So I was reading deeper into the story. And apparently he's been already arrested for sexual stuff. So they let him go. They were like, hey.
It's an inanimate object.
So his mentality was, fine, I can't rape women. I'm going to rape a floating device on a pool.
I don't know if it's right or wrong. I think...
Whose boy?
Florida has no chill. I mean...
Once again.
Yeah, so... I think he's a loser for sure.
Luckily, he didn't catch the alligator that was chilling on top of an alligator floaty in a pool in Florida. Did you hear about that one?
Oh, dude, that's like...
The irony on that.
That's a weekend in Florida, bro.
Yeah.
That happens in every county in Florida at least once a week. There's an alligator going...
What's up?
What's up, homie?
Don't
you got some Oreos?
Yeah, don't forget I'm still here. I'm not extinct.
With their mouth open like that.
Yeah, just chilling, waiting.
Man. But we got a lot of stuff. Yeah, dude. Winners and losers. I like this. I like this segment. I think it's a cool little way to start it off. What's next, man? What do we got?
Well, technically, we've already covered it. Some of the NBA final trades, the Lakers. I guess the next topic would be some touching base on that AD trade.
Yeah.
Will we see them in the finals in 2020?
Too soon, in my opinion. I think even if history has anything to say, LeBron can take a team by himself deep into the finals. But he never takes a first-time trade team, like a first-year team where he's on.
Even when he went to Miami, it was the same thing. On the first year, they went far, but they didn't make it.
They don't. I think he'll go deep, but I don't think they'll take it, especially in the West.
Will they win 50 games?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think they'll get dumped off in the second round. Maybe in the Western Finals or the Western Conference Finals, but they'll go deep. They'll have a great record throughout the year, because how can you not have a great record with freaking LeBron on your team? I mean, I think the Lakers were like fourth place in the West, which could have been first place in the East. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not a win-loss thing. It's honestly. Same team on the West, on the East Coast, definitely going to the finals. Will they win it? I don't know. But on the West, it's just so much harder.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I don't know why it's that way. Don't ask me why. To me, at least for me, the way my understanding of basketball, it's always been more of an East Coast sport anyway. Yeah.
But here's the deal: the East Coast wins regardless. They may not have the best conference, but they wind up winning a lot of the more championships.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it's just one of those deals where I believe it is more competitive in the West as far as overall teams.
They beat each other up, bro. It's like the ACC.
But it's rougher. It's more finesse in the West. And on the East, it's rough, bro. It's a rough ball. It's grinding it out.
Bro, you got that Chicago, New York style ball where you coming down the lane, they're elbowing you in the face. It's just facts.
What do you mean foul? Bro, I'm leaking. My eyebrows split wide open. What do you mean?
It's like, no, it's not no foul. Ball don't lie. Shoot it up.
Yeah.
Homie,
exactly.
Dude, I don't know about you, man, but playing ball back home, bro, it was just, you're going to war. You go play a pickup game in any fucking court on the East Coast. It's going to war.
Yeah.
You're going to war.
Of course. Yeah, I've seen too many fights break out because of that stuff, man. What do you mean no foul? That's a foul. Nigga, you hit me again, but then, yeah, bro, it's a bad deal. So I'd skip something. My apologies, but let's go back into boxing real quick, just really quick. The Thurman and Pacquiao fight is going to be coming up soon.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, too.
Yeah, I mean, I follow them on IG, both of them, and they both post their workouts. and I tagged you on some of them, and I want you to kind of let me know what do you think about Thurman's workout routines compared to Pacquiao's.
I think it's okay. So we've seen Pacquiao work out for the better part of the last 15 years. The dude is like
it doesn't change. He's a machine gun, bro.
But it's kind of his personality. Like the way he talks is the way he hits the punching bag. That's the same tempo he hits the punching bag with. Same thing with Thurman. Real southern, old school, not pretty. Like it's pretty like technique, but it's not fancy. Mm-hmm. Just straight pa pa bang pa pa bang. And I was comparing them, and it was like, it's truly
style.
Styles make fights, and this is one of those intriguing styles that I want to see. Do I think Thurman still can win because of age, speed, and power? Yes, but I forget how fast Pacquiao is.
I know. So you're right. It is two different styles, but at the same time, they're both great counterpunchers, and they both are great on the attack. But that's not a style. That's just boxing, right? But style is, man. I mean, what's up?
We got a potential. I think people's homes. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, man. I agree, bro. I think Pacquiao he does not slow down.
You think he's on the sauce?
Nah, I think this is the difference. They're out there punching banana trees. While Thurman's down there, chilling at the beach, bro.
I mean, personally, knowing what I know about Thurman.
And I love Thurman. That's one of my favorite boxers. He's a Florida boy,
Knowing what I know about Thurman. He married an Asian woman, right? Mm-hmm. He's living in Asia, like, full-time now, outside of training camp.
I had no idea.
He's living, I think, in Malaysia.
Wow.
Like, he married a lady from Malaysia.
Wow.
Because he said he didn't want no American woman.
Oh, wow.
So, knowing that he's been living out there most of the year, he came out to Florida for training camp, which tells me two things. He definitely is hungry. Especially coming off that injury, coming off all this craziness. I think that he knows that he didn't have the best performance in his comeback fight. Even though he won, everybody was expecting him to starch the guy, and he was saying, "Okay, I got to step up in competition. This is his legacy fight. This is one of his legacy fights. He needs to win this because it looks good on paper, not because it's probably he could have got harder opponents. Not to discount Pacquiao at all, but Pacquiao's whooped my ass, but he's old.
Yeah,
he's old. Chin is questionable at this age." I don't think he's slowed down, but I think he's lost a step.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a legacy fight for Thurman, and this is just the last hurrah for Pacquiao. If Pacquiao loses this, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think he's done. And watching Pacquiao work out on the bag, what scares me is his jab, how strong it is, bro. The thing is that, and Thurman's he's a student of the game, and he broke down Pacquiao in an interview, and he was 100% right. Pacquiao, he jumps in when he throws his punches. He got short legs and short arms. He jumps in, pop, does it, and jumps right back out. Thurman's plan is he's gonna be.
And he has slick footwork.
He's gonna I can't freaking say that word.
Telegraph.
I keep wanting to say telepathy. I don't know why. He's gonna telegraph his punch, and Thurman said he's gonna find the right moment. It's gonna be one time.
Yeah, I mean. That's if he can see it, because Pacquiao's so good, and that wild card style that Freddie Roach kind of instilled in him since he was a freaking child. Like not a child, but he was a very young boxer.
He was a young man, yeah.
He's so good at hiding them 6-7 punch combinations where he might look like he's starting one way, but then he'll Scotty step and
it's overwhelming.
He'll throw if you ever want to see a fight of a classical style boxer, Olympic style boxer against Pacquiao, I hate to say it, my boy Cotto, watch that fight. Cotto is the better boxer as far as on paper. Mm-hmm. More accolades and the amateurs and all of this. Pacquiao didn't start boxing until he was, 19? He was a kickboxer before that.
Yeah. That's why his calves are so huge.
You know? So his style is to overwhelm you and catch you, not on the first 3 punches, but on the 4th and 5th and 6th. And you'll see it in that Cotto fight. Cotto was outboxing him. All of a sudden, round 3 or 4, he gets caught in the exchanges, and Pacquiao just looping right hand, blah, takes him out. That's how he took out 90% of his opponents, catching him on the blind side, getting his opponent to exchange, and trusting Pacquiao has enough speed and power to land that awkward punch.
Yeah.
And if you're like, and Thurman knows that. One thing is knowing it, and another thing is capitalizing and doing it. And I think like I said, I am still favoring Thurman in this fight.
Yeah, me too.
But I would not be doing my job if I didn't tell you that Thurman has his hands full.
100%. And from watching Thurman's on his last fights, he didn't progress or get better. He got off an injury. Like you said, his performance wasn't the best. I'm going to say he lost a step because he was out for over a year in boxing. Yeah. So his performance wasn't there. But Pacquiao, on the other hand, on his last 3 fights, he has been putting up a clinic against younger guys.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's scary, bro, because he loves boxing. Boxing is his love. And if Thurman underestimates Pacquiao, he will lose that fight. 100% agree.
Yeah. I mean, Pacquiao, I hate to say it, Pacquiao's in probably the best position he's ever been in his career. If he wins, he gets one of the big 2.
Best position in his career was, like everybody else, when he fought Mayweather.
I mean, at this stage in his life, this is like the best.
Monetarily, of course, that was the best position.
Monetarily. I mean, when it comes to championships, I think he's a former champ in 5, 7 weight divisions?
I think 8, yeah.
Right?
He's what Mikey Garcia wishes he could be.
But on top of that, more importantly, right, he's in this position where he's in a win-win. He wins, he gets Errol Spence or Bo.
You know he won't back down. If he beats Thurman, he can beat them.
So he's in a win-win. Or if he loses, I've been doing this for 25 years.
Right.
I'm good.
But you know what? Because he's the golden goose, maybe he'll still get his Spence. Maybe he'll still get...
Maybe, but I mean, some things that if Freddie Roach has any say over his fighters, and I think he does, because he predicted very well Cotto's career after he came on with him, and he predicted Pacquiao's career pretty well so far. If he loses this fight, I really do think this is done. I think this is his last push. This is his last push. I mean, how old is Pacquiao? He's 40, 41?
No, I think he's 38, 39. It's so refreshing to watch Pacquiao on TV, because it's like, I've been watching him now for over 10 years, and it's like, oh, he's still kicking butt, bro. You know what I mean?
He is, but he's a smaller guy. It's not that he doesn't have the skill, but I think to be that top 2 guy, the top guy, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
And do I think he could beat a lot of great guys out there? He beats 95% of everybody in 5 weight classes. Yeah. But to beat Errol Spence, to beat Crawford, to beat Thurman,
got his hands full on those for sure. But
but that's what he wants, though. That's the fact.
He's not scared, bro. He's not.
It's not about being scared.
I know, but I'm saying, like, he's not. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's what. There's a lot of boxers that will be like, we'll agree with my team. He's not like that, bro. He's like, yeah, I'll fight him, and he would. He has that champion attitude. I'll fight anybody.
He's a throwback.
Man.
He's a throwback. He's a Cesar Chavez. He's a Macho Camacho. He's a Duran. He's that throwback style fighter. He's like fight anybody, anywhere, anytime in the world, which is amazing. But guess what? Even those guys had that one fight where everybody said, he loses this one, It might not be his last fight, but it's his last